Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another show, another episode. DLBTV is back. It's a new year, a new me. Make sure you guys check out the gaming website, DLB-Network.com, the best place for all your gaming and your tech news. So make sure you guys check us out. This week's discussion, that's what this is. This is a discussion, so make sure you guys hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I want to know what you guys are thinking as well. This week's discussion is regarding the new PlayStation system, handheld system, that's coming out in a little over a month, February the 22nd, the PlayStation Vita. Now, it came out in Japan last year, actually. Came out on December 17th. And in 2 days, it sold 321,000 copies. In 3 days. 2 days. 321,000. Now, that's a lot. Compared to the DS, though, they didn't sell as much as the DS did in a 2-day time frame over there, which was 371,000. And that's the 3DS, by the way. But we see where the 3DS is now. So kudos to Sony. Congratulations on a nice 2-week or 2-day sale, because that's pretty successful. But my thing is, it's not will the PlayStation 3 sell, will it be a success? I guess your sales figures would be a part of that, but will it actually succeed? The first 2 days, I told you the DS numbers was 371,000, and look at what happened to the DS after that. But this isn't a comparison video. The reason why I created this video is because I truly feel, and I've said this many times in our podcast. If you guys haven't checked out our podcast, it's DLB-Network podcast. You can check us out on iTunes. Make sure you guys subscribe to it. It's a really great show. If you don't have iTunes, head over to our website, DLB-Network.com. Listen to the podcast. It's a really good show. But I've said numerous times on the podcast, the PSV does not succeed. I think that is the end of mobile handheld gaming. Not mobile phone, mobile handheld gaming. I think if Sony's portable system does not succeed, is not a success, and is not supported by developers, it will fail. And if it fails, I really think I think handheld gaming will literally be over. I think Nintendo may try one more time. Sony may try one more time, but if Sony doesn't get it this time around, I really think it's over. And the reason being, and the reason why I'm a little skeptical of the PlayStation Vita, it's not because of Sony, it's because of phones, tablets. These are starting to emerge as huge mobile gaming platforms. Now, me personally, I don't feel that you can merge the two and make them one. I think tablet and phone gaming is totally different than the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Portable, or any of the Nintendo handhelds. I feel that they're totally different beasts, and a lot of the reason is because of you always have your phone with you all the time. You take your phone wherever you go. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to take your DS or your PlayStation Portable everywhere you go, because you don't have to make phone calls. There's no text messaging. There's none of that. With your phone, that's literally your life source. I mean, a lot of people can feel me on this fact right here. I will literally turn around and come home and get my phone if I forget it. If I leave my wallet at home, I won't come back and get my wallet. I'll just be like, okay, I just don't have my wallet. So with that being said, nobody's going to do that for their PlayStation Vita or their Nintendo DS. Nobody's going to drive and be like, oh man, I forgot my Vita, or I forgot my 3DS at home. Let me turn around and go get it. Unless you're going somewhere where you're like, you guys are getting ready to have a Vita or a DS party or something like that, then yeah, okay, maybe you might turn around. But on any regular day, if you plan on taking it with you and you forgot it, you'll be like, it'll be there when I get home. And that's the thing. You take these phones with you everywhere you go. So I really don't feel that it's a fair comparison. But be that as it may, that's just one issue. The second issue is developers. If you could develop a game on a tablet or on a phone for half the price of which you pay to develop a game for the PlayStation Vita, and we've seen how powerful the Vita is. We've seen what the games look like on that handheld system. and they're putting out a decent amount of money to develop and create those games. So, but if you can make a game like an Angry Birds for less than half the cost and sell a lot, Angry Birds is worth over $1 billion right now. Angry Birds. So and don't get me wrong, not every game is selling crazy like that, but there's games that are doing very well, very well, very well. There's people whose lives have changed from developing games on these mobile tablets or phone platforms. So if you got a company like EA, somebody who's just, all about their money, I really feel that developers are going to support these tablets or phones before a 3DS or a PSV. I could be wrong, but that's just just looking at it from a business perspective. If I could develop a game for cheaper and sell it for $10, $7, $5, 99 cents, and you're about to sell a hell of a lot of copies of it, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and then the PlayStation Vita is getting ready to come out, and you're not going to be able to buy games for 99 cents. Not the games that you're seeing on the Vita, like Uncharted, for example. Uncharted is not going to be 99 cents. So I mean, that's one of the other reasons why I really feel that you can't compare the two. And understand, I'm not comparing the Vita to these mobile devices. What I'm saying is developers are, because it's hitting their pockets. So they are doing the comparisons. And if developers aren't supporting the Vita cannot succeed. And if the Vita doesn't succeed, I really feel that this will be the end of mobile gaming. I really think that Sony, because it had, and the reason why I feel this way is because it has everything you could possibly want. Give me 1 second. You see this? You're already used to this. You've been playing this for years if you've owned the original PlayStation and so on. All you do is put a screen in the middle of here. Everybody's been complaining about this second analog stick on the PSV. It's there now. Everybody was saying it had to, before they were even talking about the second PlayStation Portable, the iPhone came out, the iPod Touch came out. Everybody was saying it has to have a touchscreen. It has one now. They even took it to the next level, and they added a trackpad on the back. Now, okay, I know this is the PSP. Work with me. So they added a trackpad on the back. So the only thing that it's really missing, because you have your two analog sticks, you have your touchscreen, you have your back trackpad, you have your R1 and L1. The only thing it's missing now is these two. And they can replace the back triggers with the little trackpad on the back. So really, these aren't being missed because they can easily substitute it for the little trackpad on the back. They added a front-facing camera, a back-facing camera. They've did everything people wanted and more. It has 3G built into it if you want it. If you don't, they have that as well. They've given everyone everything they wanted. So now my thing is, if it doesn't sell at this point, having all of that in it, that's how I feel about the Vita. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Again, I personally feel if the Vita does not succeed, that is the end of handheld gaming. I think that's the end of it. Because, Nintendo may try one more time, but if this system that they're giving does not make it, and if these developers don't support it, we'll see. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, they got a slew of launch titles and games coming after that. And that's fine. Everything starts off good. Everything starts off good. Relationships, everything starts off great. It's just once you start to get over that curve, over the hump, then that new car smell goes away. So we'll see what happens. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Until the next video, peace.